It looks like you're doing some research on Dallas apartments. Maybe you're researching for your next crib, or maybe you're just doom scrolling because you enjoy looking at Dallas high rises. And if any or all of that is the case, then you're gonna wanna check out this video. They're remodeling all of the units at this building, and I'm gonna be going through the floor plans, the pricing, the amenities, gym, the pool, the dog park, guest parking, you name it. So that way you can get an idea on if Gables Park 17 could be a good choice for you. If it's your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas. I'm a realtor here in Dallas, and every single day I've got people blowing me up, like you and 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 you, buying condos and renting apartments all throughout the Dallas area. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. So without any further ado, let's go check out Gables Park 17. Welcome to Gables Park 17, and this one was actually built back in 2010. So not the newest game in town, but they are currently undergoing a remodel of which all of the units are getting renovated, of which you'll see here in a second. And we've got 292 units total, and the units will be resting on floors 7 through 25. And it's in a pretty walkable area, sitting right across from the Henry, North Italia, and a couple other restaurants, as well as Meso Maya, which is a late night taco spot. And it is amazing after a long night out. And as we're coming in through the garage, it is secure with key fob validation and 24/7 concierge. And another thing I wanted to double click on is the artwork. I've never seen anything like it, especially being in an apartment building. And to be frank, the lobby actually feels more like an art gallery versus an apartment lobby. And then I was actually talking to the concierge, and I asked him what the deal was because he had been here for a while, and he said that all of the artwork was commissioned specifically for Gables Park 17, and it is often referred to as the art of Gables. And then moving over to parking. So guest parking is 100% free. Just make sure to grab your ticket on the way in and to have concierge validate on your way out. I've never really had a problem with that here, as guest parking is going to be on the ground level, and then floors 2 through 6 are paid parking, which is really more for the commercial people, that office next door, and then resident parking will be underground 3 floors. As we're walking to our first floor plan, we will have a different theme of artwork on every floor. And our first one will be on the 7th floor. It's a smaller 1-bedroom, and this one is kind of unique because it's got a mega terrace. So not the best view, obviously, but a pretty sweet patio area that could be ideal to lay down some turf or shoot some free throws. And aside from that, this is what your remodel is gonna look like. Very neutral with the white countertops and brown cabinets. And believe it or not a single speck of carpet, which kind of surprised me. And then tile floors in the bathroom. And you can get lucky on these A6s, as they can typically go anywhere from the low to mid 2000s per month, depending on the floor. Again, this was on the 7th floor, and a pretty good amount of value here, in my opinion, especially with the built-in desk. Moving over to the A3, and my favorite thing about it is going to be the dual vanities, which could make this ideal for couples as we are just under 1,000 square feet. And this one is up on the 20th floor and facing Uptown / Victory Park, basically pointed directly at the Christopher building that has the grocery store attached, so shameless plug there. But all in all, not a bad unit for $2,500. This one can fit a king bed along with a larger walk-in closet, and there is also privacy glass on each balcony. I know that the first one we saw did not have a balcony, but every unit that is higher up with a balcony will have the privacy glass. Next up is the B5, and it's not my favorite, and I'll tell you why. I just need more windows in the living room, okay? I'm a snob. But again, we're on the 18th floor facing south, so you will get some sun, and if you step out on the balcony, you'll get a good view of Cortland on McKinney. But bringing this back in, a lot of y'all call me wanting 2 bedrooms in the low to mid 3,000s in a luxury high-rise, not in downtown or deep Elm. So if that is you, then maybe something like this could work for you. Okay, so for this next one, we're still on the 18th floor, and this is my second favorite floor plan at Gables Park 17. Reason being the wraparound floor-to-ceiling windows in the living room, which faces northwest, depending on how you are standing in the living room. You've got dual vanities in the master, single vanity in the secondary, at a whopping 1471 square feet. So you've got enough space here to get crafty, but sit tight because my favorite floor plan is coming up next. Apologies for the debris. I just had to show this to you as they were right in the middle of the remodel. But the B6, which has an entire wall of glass facing Uptown, which will bring in lots of vitamin D and is the main reason why it is my favorite floor plan at Park 17.
So quick disclaimer, if you are getting any value whatsoever from this video, then you got to do this thing, just like all these people are doing. The reason these people are reaching out to me is because every building has pros and cons, and it's impossible to see the downsides and the cons just by watching videos on YouTube or touring with a leasing agent one time. Every building looks great when you first see it. I have seen every high-rise in this city over 100 times by now, doing anywhere from 40 to 60 in-person tours per week with my clients and understanding why my clients are choosing building A over building B. There is no perfect building. People reach out to me because they want peace of mind for this decision that they're gonna have to live with for the next 12 months. And then the second reason that people are reaching out to me is that I have relationships with all of the leasing offices in the Dallas area, and depending on your timeline, floor plan, and budget, I could help you capture additional incentives and move-in bonuses, of which could help make your living situation just a little more affordable, because the buildings actually incentivize me to bring new residents through the door. So it's not like you'd be cutting me a check for my services. That's being taken care of by the building. So it's absolutely no sweat to go ahead and reach out. And if you do decide to reach out, I promise that I will do absolutely the best that I can for you.
Moving over to the amenities, we have the gym, and there is a loose barbell in here for bench press. So love to see that. The dumbbells went up to 50, and then there was also a rack of preloaded barbells that went up to 110 pounds, I believe. And then all the rest is pretty standard, as you've got machines in the center of the room, and then the cardio stuff on the perimeter. I counted a few treadmills and then one lone Stairmaster. And then no Peloton or Echelon bikes quite yet, but they're getting there. Maybe the stretching room in the back can make up for that, of which you will see at the end of this segment. But all in all, very clean and just enough space to do some pretty good damage. Next up, we have the amenity deck, which is shared with the office tower next door. And I don't think that they have access to the pool. It's mainly just the tables and this open turf area. And you'll only really see the office people during the week 9 to 5. So you might not even notice it, especially if you're gone all day and plan on using the pool on the weekends. And there's a lot of space out here. I think a night swim would actually be kind of cool, as you've got an awesome view of the skyline as well as Reunion Tower. Next up, we have the amenity lounge. So lots of amenities to choose from here at Park 17. And down here, you've got a smaller section of desks, plus a printer and some desktops. And there's also a market for any last minute snacks or drinks, as well as a pool table, hosting kitchen, and there were also a couple of other larger conference rooms. I think a few of them were reserved when I was down here, so might be a good idea to book these ahead of time. So pretty busy lounge and work from home area in my opinion, which doesn't really surprise me, as this building has been fully stabilized for quite some time now.
That is going to wrap us up at Park 17. And after watching this video, you might be thinking one of two things. First thing could be, okay, love the building, love the area. I think I might be ready to apply. And if that's the case, drop me a line so that way I can get you in touch with the right people. Then the second thing that you might be thinking is, you know what, Lucas, I'm not quite sold. You know, maybe I love the building, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the neighborhood. Or maybe I do love the neighborhood, I'm just not the biggest fan of the building. And if that's the case, feel free to check out this playlist because I have vlogs, every high-rise within the Dallas area, of which will be helpful if you're doing some more research. With that, y'all stay safe, y'all stay out of trouble, and we'll catch you in the next video. Y'all be good.